Sunrise. Ilaoro. Aromaché. Amanecer. Lever du soleil. Shuruk. Ashams. Suryodey. All beautiful words, names even, for a phenomenon observed daily across the globe. The magnificent emergence of the sun from beneath the horizon, the projection of the uncountable rays which compose the brilliant light of dawn, vibrant orange, pink, and red hues make their cameo in the sky, the unquestionable symbol of a new day, and all possibilities within unraveling, a spectacle of much grandeur. Now, imagine witnessing a reality where the day never actually broke forth. Early in the morning, you eagerly look upon the horizon, anticipating the seemingly inevitable. But instead of a resplendent rise, all your gaze is met with is a faint glimpse of light, only just managing to pierce through the darkness. A lesser light stuck in place, disappointingly perched upon the horizon, never ascending into the sky to usher in any color or warmth. Not much more than a dull twilight. Lately, this is precisely how I came to see my life up to a point. A fortune of promise and a wealth of potential, sitting relatively static and unfulfilled. This is not to say I have not accomplished anything of note, but truthfully, deep inside, we all know whether or not we have measured up to what we believe we are capable of. I realized that, over the years, I greatly limited myself. I diminished my vision and eventually found myself well acquainted with mediocrity and complacency. My mom always reminds me of the big statements I would make when I was little. I was so ambitious and uncompromising. My mind was illuminated by ideas and aspirations, and I believed nothing was ever too far to reach. My sun was beginning to rise and bring life and color into my world. But as I grew older, I reasoned myself out of many of those dreams. I sat within the enclave of my mind and constrained my future to a narrow interpretation of what it could be. Through this process, my sun became frozen in place, my self-belief greatly lacking. These realizations and reflections have continuously stirred within me for the past few months. Eventually, I reached the point where enough was enough. I finally snapped out of it. However, initially, it was difficult for me to properly build up the resolve to start moving forward. Burdensome thoughts about missed opportunities clouded my mind. I could not shake the feeling that I'd wasted too much time, and my ship may have already sailed. But since then, I have learned that your life is always ahead of you, no matter your age or stage of life. Those who dwell on the past struggle to capitalize on the present. When I embraced this wisdom, I became resolute. Time is defined by eras, both on the grander and more granular spans. The past decade of my life was an era marred by stagnation and demotivation, but it has finally come to an end. The current era of my life, and all subsequent ones, will be hallmarked by a vigorous ascent to the atmosphere, and perhaps even beyond. The raging fire I had when I was younger has been rekindled, and I now find myself ablaze with the desire to imagine, explore, and create again. Writing this piece is my way of commemorating all of this. My sun has resumed its rise, and will not stop until I become all that I can be, and I pray the same for you too.